Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Rage Across New York, the werewolf venue. On on today's scene, we see Alonna, the Medisphere of the Fiera tribe, who apparently wants to have a talk with the keeper of a land. So she is approaching his den, which is a big tree, um, a big tree which right now probably has many different colors, be it of yellow, red, as the leaves are starting to take their autumn robe, and she can see that the tree pretty much is well, it's not really a normal tree because there are a few bones hanging around mostly. Mostly the thing that may catch her attention the more is a pair of hands who are there. She's pretty sure those are human hands. And she can see that there are different artifacts around, like dream catchers, feathers, and a few blood mark that she can see on it, that she can clearly identify as Garu glyphs, indicating that this is the territory of the hunters of the lost.
She will be approaching this tree, um, making sure that she doesn't disrupt anything. Um, she approaches looking for Kotori. Is he outside the den as she
Uh,
approaches, or?
no, no, but you can see that as you approach the tree, there's a big hole um, in the ground near the roots of the tree. You can probably guess that maybe he's there, maybe he's under.
She will cautiously approach the entrance to his den, gently set the liver that she's acquired in her hunt down, and call out, Kotori Raya.
As Yeah, you can hear a few ruffling inside the hole, and you can see that there's a muzzle that starts to get up the hole as it sniffs, as it can smell the flesh. Hmm. As Kotori gets kind of like a mole, he gets his head out of the ground.
And she's taken a few steps back and rolled over as she sees his muzzle coming out.
Hmm. As he sees the liver. Huh. Well, at least somebody knows. As yeah, he eats it quite rapidly as he gorges himself with it.
She will be smiling on the inside, not making sure not to smile on the outside because that looks like bared fangs in lupus form.
And after finishing it, he licks his jaws. Ah, and he's going to approach, uh, nibbling the neck of the Medes to allow her to stop being rolling over.
And she will roll off of her back.
Hmm. So now you have my attention.
Hi, Kotori Raya. I was hoping that I might ask something of you.
Hmm. Well, starting by food is always a good start. What is it that you want? Or what a question may I be able to answer?
I wish to become a keeper.
Oh. Hmm. What makes you qualified to be a keeper?
I know a fair amount about spirits and the Umbra. I do not claim to know everything, for there is much to know, especially for one so young. But I do know a fair amount. I know that chiminage is important for maintaining the wards and the spirits of the sept and the cairn. That it is a large responsibility for any one person, and to help maintain the sept is a great honor, and it's a necessity of the people who live here to care for it cares for us as much.
Hmm. He looks at her up and down. Hmm. If hmm, if his spirit, let us say, hmm, let us say that two spirits are at war with each other, what would you do?
Part of that answer would depend on what spirits are warring, what they're warring over. Certain things are not for us to interfere with, for it's the natural cycle of the spirits. If it's something that we can aid in, say something is lost and say that one of them thinks the other one took it and they're set on believing that until proven otherwise, we can go about finding whatever was lost and returning it. We can also intercede if this is assuming that they're not ones that say say if they were outside the sept. If they were ones on the sept, we'd intercede because keeping relations is very important. We'd find out what the cause of this warren is, and then we take steps to find an answer that is amenable to both sides.
Hmm. So you would try to find the cause of the problem and try to resolve it.
Aye, aye.
What would you do if, hmm, because Izugaru, who thought he would do good, the spirits are not fighting really each other. They are sharing a home, but their patrons are angry. Their patrons hate each other. What would you do to resolve the angry patrons' ire on the sept?
I would approach them as respectfully as possible, bringing gifts and offerings that I might find what it is that they hate each other so much for. I would then, if possible, try to find a way to resolve it. I know there are many hatreds out there that are very old, far older than the people who still carry them. But you cannot hope to bring the nation together if your people who are supposed to be working and living together cannot work together. So you have to be willing to take that step to be the bridge between their differences, if at all possible.
Throw me a peony.
That I can do. I only got one success.
Which form are you in?
Lupus.
Lupus, you have -2, so it's difficulty four
Okay.
for all perception based.
Okay, four successes then.
Why Lupus is a superior form. Um, you can feel that he finds your answer interesting, but the two things that um, that comes out more than anything is that he may find your answer kind of naive, and that he seems to there's something in his the way he's standing that you feel you may have forgotten something, as in something that he said.
She'll think more on before she continues with what she's saying. At least these are hopes of what we could do. If necessary, on the Garu are unwilling to stand down, then we should see that the challenges are made proper and honorable. That
Seems to see a little bit, but you you haven't paid too close attention to what I've said. The answer that you give me is an answer that, yes, that would feed a keeper, trying to appease the patrons. Maybe some solution. However, generally, when one speaks of patron, those are the totem of tribes, or the biggest totems and spirits that exist. Sometimes, when a spirit is truly angry, then they come themselves. We had Wendigo coming here in person, Red Oscar, mm, Grandfather Thunder, mm, Black Unicorn. When spirits are angry, yes, trying to appease them is a solution. But you should have remembered what I said, even if afterwards you nudged in perhaps the right direction. I told you that the one who called upon them was a Garu. The spirits, they are at war with each other. True. But sometimes the lesser spirits, they don't see problems because their nature is similar. Two spirits of joy, even if they are from opposing broods, may find consort because their purpose and their way are aiming for the same thing, but their patrons may see otherwise. And generally, the better answer is to get the one who is responsible for this. For, yes, it may be possible to make sure that the sept is not the one who will suffer from the ire of the greater spirits by making them less angry. Generally, as keepers, we very few intervene in punishment, but sometimes, if one brought so much wrongness, then the fastest way to make them less angry at you is to punish the one who is responsible for this situation in the first place.
She nods, realizing what she had missed before.
We had a situation like this one. Do you know of a tree that is outside of the sept? Have
Aye,
you heard of it?
Yggdrasil, I believe.
He shakes his head. No, not this one. There is another on, I think it's called Staten Island. That tree was created to guard the Storm Eater. And you may either roll Garu lore or Spirit lore. Uh, Probably Spirit lore will be standard. Garu lore just a tiny bit superior. But you roll Spirit lore, or
Yes.
okay. Uh, yeah, the name. I mean, I would even put it at five, but basically what you get is that it's a very big spirit of a worm. It's yeah, yeah, its name is very famous. When we fought, he was entrapped in this tree, and we had to make it a cairn so that the forces of the worm wouldn't be able to seize it. One of our fears, a the one that I thought was a mentor to me, guide. He chose a spirit from Wendigo's brood, for it was his tribe. He chose Dolphin. Dolphin is playful, Dolphin brings joy. And he associated him because his pack had many Get of Fenrir. He chose a Get of Fenrir spirit that holds the same joy of living that Dolphin does. The spirits shared a tree in harmony together, for their purpose was similar. But Wendigo didn't appreciate that one of his kind had to share the tree with one of Fenrir, who, well, I will not tell you how much the Wendigo despise many of the European tribes. I believe if you have met Tlatihin, you may have an idea of how she feels regarding Biana.
Aye, I'm aware.
So Wendigo came upon us. Wendigo came upon us and demanded that retribution was made. Another paid the price. Again, a Fenrir who died. And later, Kachina, Wendigo, Theurge, made another bargain with another spirit. That spirit that he promised two things to those spirits. He promised that a festival would be held in his name, and the other, he, I believe, promised that no one would lie or would make bad decisions. Making Shimnich is very important in the way you formulate it, because there was no way he could uphold his Shimnich to dog. As a consequence, the previous dead mother was devoured by dog because he was late to deliver his payment to him for his failure. So, in times like this, it is up to the keeper to uphold. I took I took off his lungs, I took off his tongue, his eye, and his heart. I offered them to the spirits. One day, perhaps, if you become more than a simple keeper, you may have to carve off someone's flesh to appease the spirit for their own foolishness.
Ay, Raya.
Mm, good. Mm. As he thinks a little bit. Mm, I am not generally one to mm, refuse help from another field, but perhaps I will make this interesting. If you want to be a feared among my keeper, hmm, as he thinks a little bit, I want you to make a shrine, a small one. You are a Cleith, that shouldn't be problematic for you. I want you to hmm, I want you to make it for a spirit of joy. That shouldn't be hard for a Fianna to find one.
Spirit of joy.
Mm.
Yes, Raya.
Make it a small house for them and take care of that shrine. Once it is done, well, I already consider you a keeper, but let us say that once you do it, mm, you will be a full-fledged keeper.
Thank you, Raya. I'll not disappoint you.
Mm. He nods. Very well. Oh, and as he goes, do you mm, do you know the rite of summoning?
I have not learned that one yet. I'm working on it though.
Good. Then, when you call upon the one, if you want me or the help of another field, you're free to take it. However, um, do not summon a totem. A simple gaffling should do the work. No need to, well, make make a totem angry when we want just to honor.
Yes, Kotori, Raya.
And he nods. Good. Then, as he thinks a little bit, you you're in a pack, I believe,
I'm hoping to be. I'm waiting for the Alpha to make his decision.
and who did you petition to?
The Den Father, Olaf Raya.
Ah, mm, I see. It will be a tough job for you then. Previous sphere was also of your tribe, and she was quite good.
So I've been told.
Mm, good. There is going to be something soon. I will have to enact the right of the open sky. I know that Olaf said that he would help me to it. The glassworkers are working on making the place safe.
Aye.
Perhaps I may find you there.
Aye. That you will.
And with that, he will once again uh, nod to her before returning inside the den. And unless you have something to add, I think we can call this a scene.
Nope, that's good. She'll take the few steps back as he leaves before turning and heading off. So thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.